Yeah. Good evening. Let's do a sound check. Let's go on the YouTube and just check if I sound good. Bear with. La 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 la. Close that. Right, where am I? I'm live there. Okay, let's have a listen. Come on. Oh, I can hear myself. Okay, that's all good. Okay, that's sounding all right. I can take that out of my ear. There's a little clue to a story that I've got from being away. A little clue. I'm sure quite a few of you have seen this paper before. Yeah, I got a little story about that story, about that newspaper. And I hope you're all well, everyone. Welcome to the surgery that is the Health Freedom News and Chat Show. Tonight, I'm going to be bringing you some news from the health region of the world. That is the Daily Snail, but they just bring stories from other newspapers anyway. So anyway, good evening. How are you? Cheers, everyone. I hope you're well. Tonight, I'm drinking a little IPA, a proper hoppy IPA from Aldi. £1.39, I believe, and it's very delicious. It's a 5.5, and yeah, cheers, everyone. I thought, well, if Jimmy can do it on his show, I can do it. So, how is everyone? Who's in? Let's have a look. Should we go from the top? Say hello to a few people, and then we'll do the legal notice and start off. Good evening, Mascara Snake. Good evening, Kitty. Good evening, Manda. And good evening, Jimmy. And Pete of the Starfish Troopers podcast. Anyone else? Miss Blue Sky. Hello there. Hello there. Jerry, son of Mick. Hey, Jerry's in the house. He's not working late tonight or doing the night shift or something. Nice to have Jerry in. Jerry is one of the moderators as well. So behave yourself, everyone. Just sit up there. Yeah, I'm raring to go. I got the show ready. I think it was 2:30. I think I put the show up. I posted the show up. So yeah, I'm in the mood for a good show tonight. I hope you are as well. And how have you been keeping? Let me do the legal bit first then. Okay, so let's have a look. Welcome legal notice. Right, that's the first bit I got to say. Good evening. My name is Robert. I'm not a doctor, Robert. I am that name because I used to be a healthcare professional in the NHS. I was a diabetic retinal screener for gone 10 years until we fell out of love with each other because they don't like you talking about alternative health. What a surprise. And occasionally I would be called a doctor and I'd say, I'm not a doctor, I'm Robert. Hence, I'm not a doctor, Robert, and welcome to Health Freedom. So yeah, if you want any legal advice, go and see your doctor, or any health advice, go and see your doctor. And I'm sure they can direct you into some lovely medications and stuff like that. So welcome, everyone. We're going to start the show off with some memes. And after that, we'll be doing some interactive chat as well. I'll be telling you what I've been up to on the hottest day or one of the hottest days of the year this year. And I'm sure you'll be interacting with me. I've got some nice summer memes to share with you as well. One in particular that really made me laugh to do Raconteurs news, and so stand by for that. To tempt you, I've got stories about. I've got an update on Kendo. I've got an allotment update. I've got a where was you on the hottest day of the year. We've got a story about Great Yarmouth where I went for the weekend. And we've got some health stories, obviously, as well from around the UK, or from around the Daily Snail. Possibly some music. I didn't get the okay, but he said last time I could use it. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm sure he'll be okay with it. And maybe one day I'll get him on to actually do an interview with him. you'll see what I'm going on about. And of course, we've got some memes as well, and the massive Tuesday night quiz right at the end of the show. So please stay for that. And of course, we have the Health Freedom after chat, where myself and 9 other people, up to 9 people, will just have a private chat about all sorts of shit. And after the show. So if you want to join us for that, please join us for that. And yeah, so should we start the show then with some memes, or let me just see before I go anywhere. Is there anyone else I've got to say hello to? No, I think we're all okay. Let's just make a note of where I was in the chat. So there's that. Yeah, and let's share this with you, shall we? Yes.
Off several viruses expected to hit hard in the coming months. Flu shots are now available. New COVID boosters are coming soon. And for the first time, there are vaccines to protect babies and older adults from RSV. Health and wellness reporter Lauren Petty has doctors' recommendations for each.
Starting this fall, new babies have new protection against RSV.
The RSV vaccine for kids is basically a monoclonal antibody that is recommended for all children under 8 months of age who are going into their first RSV season.
Pediatric offices are just waiting for the shots to arrive.
People have tried to order it, but they're still waiting for their orders to come in.
But it's not just babies that get sick with RSV. 2 vaccines are now approved for adults over age 60, especially those with chronic medical conditions.
Her recommendation is to have a conversation with your doctor to weigh in what your risk of RSV is.
Flu shots are recommended for anyone over 6 months old, and there's one big change this year. The CDC removed precautions for people with egg allergies.
This is very important because that gives people options. So there's options to get any kind of vaccines, including the intranasal vaccines and the flu shots.
When it comes to flu shots, we often look to the southern hemisphere to see how this year's formula did. And the CDC says it was 52% effective at keeping people out of the hospital.
With both flu and COVID vaccine, it offers some protection, offers a lot of protection against severe illness.
Which leads us to the new COVID boosters. Here's what we know.
It's brand new. It's really targeted against the most recent variants of COVID that we've seen, and it's actually proven to be fairly effective.
We're expected to get more details after a CDC advisory committee meets next Tuesday.
It is hoped that they will recommend the COVID booster for anyone who wants to receive it. And COVID vaccines can be given to any individual 6 months of age and older.
That means an adult over the age of 60 is eligible for a COVID booster, flu shot, and RSV vaccine. So can you get them all at the same time?
You can get all 3 of these if you're eligible at the same time.
Lauren Petty with that report. Our thanks to Lauren.
Let's take you through. So we're going to meet Lillian very briefly, who is one of the first people to receive her COVID vaccine this morning. Jane is just getting that injection ready. How are you this morning, Lillian?
Very well, thank you.
Explain why you felt it was so important to come forward this morning and have your jab.
Well, it's very important. Everybody has a jab. Those people that don't have it cause trouble for others, don't they?
Thank you very much, Lillian.
Those people that don't have it cause trouble for others, don't they? Thank you very much, Lillian. Thank you very much, Lillian.
We're going to leave Lillian to have her jab now, and just sort of really briefly again to Sarah. We're trying to add this up before we go there. Number 7, I think, COVID jab for people like Lillian. Is there a danger of so-called vaccine fatigue, that people just think, I've had enough of this now, I don't want to do this again?
Yeah, I think possibly so from the younger generation. However, people like Lillian and the vulnerable people in this care home, we see really good uptake, particularly in our primary care network. We've got high levels of vaccination rates, really. So we're hoping for the same again this time.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's it for us this morning. We have one little quick word for Lillian before you. Lillian, how was that?
Very all right.
No problem whatsoever.
No.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. They're going to go on with their vaccination programme this morning. We'll speak to you later in the programme.
Now, health officials across the globe are keeping a watchful eye on the new strain of coronavirus.
The variant unofficially named Parola?
Don't look at me.
Parola has already been
Parola,
detected in the UK and has been described as the most striking strain since Omicron.
Well, Dr. Zoe is joining us now with more of the story, and I think it's really important whenever you mention coronavirus, I sort of feel that people just go, oh gosh, not again.
Rather than waiting to find out if it is dangerous, let's vaccinate people a bit sooner, just in case.
But there's nothing for us to worry about.
Nothing for us to worry about. Go about your business as normal, but I would say if you do have a cold, then think about things like hand washing, wearing a mask when you're out in public, and, you know, my advice would be to do a test, and if it's positive, then to isolate for 3 days.
President Biden every single day, and I love working for President Biden every single day.
So today, as you all saw just an hour or so ago, President Obama announced that, President Biden. Whoa!
If I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony.
My strong sense is that he has a heck of a lot of influence, and he's actually pulling the strings. What do you make?
Well, you've got the biographer, Mr. Guerra, who wrote a very definitive biography on Barack Obama's younger years, saying that there are people from the White House going in and out of Barack Obama's home in Washington, D.C. on a regular basis. He certainly thinks he's pulling strings, and I think he's probably got pretty good reasons to believe that that's exactly the case.
There's a very simple thing that you can do to help that waste come out and be eliminated. It's called oil pulling. Oil pulling has been known for centuries all through Europe. I myself have only known about it for about 10 years. What is oil pulling? It's putting a spoonful, if you're not used to it, start with a teaspoon, putting a small spoonful of oil, I prefer coconut oil, in the mouth, and then swishing. So swish, swish, swish all around the mouth, and you may do it for 10 minutes. You might swish for 30 seconds and rest for 30 seconds, something like that. Now, at the moment, our coconut oil is clear because it is so hot. In the winter, it's solid, then it's quite white. But when it is liquid, it is clear. And I say to our guests, when you spit the coconut oil out on the grass, please not down the sink because it could go solid and clog up our drains. Spit it out on the grass. As you spit it out, you will see it is no longer clear. It is white, indicating the change that has taken place as the waste is pulled out of your tongue, as the waste is pulled out of the glands under your tongue, as the waste is pulled out of the blood vessels under your tongue, and this is everything that oil pulling does. So it's called oil pulling because you're using oil, and as you swish, it pulls out waste from your tongue and from under your tongue. I've also known people to conquer gingivitis, that's sore gums, bleeding gums, by oil pulling every day. I suggest that our guests on the detox program oil pull maybe about 3 times a day, especially on the juicing days. You get better at it. One lady said she started to oil pull and after a minute she couldn't bear it anymore. I said, that's all right, spit it out. Next time you do it, if you go 1.5 minutes, you'll be doing well. I'm so used to it now. I oil pull every morning. I need to do this little detox because I travel such a lot and I'm in planes such a lot, and I find it a very effective way at doing a very simple and a very easy detox. Some people prefer olive oil, some people prefer sesame oil. Myself, I prefer coconut oil. One of the reasons I like coconut oil is because underneath the tongue there are sublingual glands which release lingual lipase. When that lingual lipase connects with the coconut oil, it causes a release of antibacterial properties. So that's another reason why your coconut oil is so good at the oil pulling. So be mindful of your organs of elimination. Give them the right conditions so that they can effectively detoxify you, for we are all subject to environmental poisons.
Give me some knuckles. Have a good night, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Say thank you.
The question is, how much is it going to cost? St. Petersburg is the newest city to be chosen to be transformed into a smart city. It's a push to change the way that neighbors in the area live, work, and play. Under a 3-year grant, Spectrum will provide wired and wireless network services focused on the St. Pete Innovation District. Local leaders want to use these new resources to create advanced applications and services that address local needs, including infrastructure, workforce development, public safety, education, and community health.
As pilot projects occur, we will gain insight about what works for our community. Then we can expand those programs throughout the region and share with other cities. We have the Smart Streetlight project, which will be equipped with sensors, and then an online marine science education program where we're going to be having researchers in the field and out on research vessels connected to kids and our Boys and Girls Clubs here in the community.
St. Petersburg joins 26 other cities in the program, which was launched by US Ignite. That nonprofit is working to speed up the smart city movement.
Now that's why Emma was a bit annoyed. Let's try the rear. Should be exactly the same thing, but just on the rear.
The recovery of these kids.
That time of year again, time to start thinking about those flu shots.
Ooh. Also, there's a possible treatment for autism that some say is curing children.
Baxter Burley looks and acts like a normal 6-year-old, because he is. That's why it's hard to imagine that at age 3, he had full-blown autism.
The same regional center that gave him the diagnosis, the same group of people, reversed his diagnosis.
Something else that reversed, the amount of mercury in his system. It went from a high level of 13 to what's considered almost negligible, 0.5. No longer considered autistic.
No longer considered autistic. That was a big day. We actually call it the day he lost his diagnosis, we call his second birthday.
We see children that come through that are severely autistic and, you know, within a year they're mainstreamed in school and out of the spectrum. Some children turn around in a number of months, other children take years.
We started with the special diet. We started with lots of supplementation geared at healing his body, helping his body detox from the heavy metal exposure he had. We did chelation, methyl B12 injections. We rented a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for our house.
The self-stimulatory behaviors that we saw so much of are all gone.
He's not covering up his ears. We went from the baby who had no language and no social interaction and was lost in his own world to a child who is very verbal and very social. He's very much engaged in relationships with everybody in the family. Quinn has a best friend. He wants to see his friend every day.
And his friend wants to see him.
Are you filming a movie? Yes. Yeah, and they're following me everywhere.
He'll say, you know, when I had autism, and then talk about something that we weren't aware of how he was feeling.
Imagine what could have been done to recover these children starting clear back in 1999, when the CDC first realized what was causing autism. Over 12 years later, they continued to tell the same old story.
CDC is not certain how much. Well, there's no simple explanation for the increase. Due to changes in the definition of autism or an improved recognition and increased recognition.
And even though some doctors are recovering these kids, the CDC continues to waste even more critical time by turning a blind eye to it. How much longer will we allow those who have caused this epidemic to be in charge of solving it?
It's a puzzle, and we're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together that way.
Your dreams and thoughts are no longer safe. Watch this. The image of a giraffe that the computer has never seen. It's only looking at the fMRI data, and this is what the computer thinks the human is seeing. Yeah. But of course it goes further. So in this one, they said, can they understand the inner monologue, the things you're saying to yourself in your own mind? Mind you, by the way, when you dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So there's a woman, she gets hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she is knocked off. So our thoughts are starting to be decoded. Yeah. Just think about what this means for authoritarian states, for instance.
Dreams and thoughts.
Scary stuff there. I'm suffering. I tell you what, I don't know what they're going to make of my dreams because I'm still dreaming terribly. I'm having absolute terrible dreams. I keep sharing on here. I mean, I gave up weed 18 months ago, but I'm still really, really struggling with. I mean, everyone dreams, but I remember my dreams every night. I mean, last night I was at some nightclub. Yeah, you might say that's great. With old work colleagues that I have nothing to do with, and I don't want to anymore either. Yeah, and then there was something else I was dreaming as well. I mean, yeah, as the day goes on, you forget about your dreams, don't you? But yeah, I'm still struggling. I mean, I am still struggling. But I just try and tell myself before I go to sleep. Now, no more dreaming tonight. No more dreaming. You'll be all right. You don't need to remember these dreams. So anyway, hello everyone again. Welcome to the Health Freedom News and Chat Show. I'm not a Dr. Robert, and those were the video memes that start the show. And where is the chicken? Yeah, where is the chicken? Sorry, Blue Sky. I cooked chicken for dinner. He was a bit tough though, said Jimmy. He's probably lurking, Jimmy, or he's probably just finishing off his tea. Or I don't know what he calls it down there. Whether he calls it his tea. Yeah, Jerry, control your dreams in your dreams, Rob. I've got to learn, Jerry, to try and do that. And it's interesting because I was watching one of my favorite people, Jeff Berwick of the Dollar Vigilante, or from vigilante.tv, and he challenged people as you were watching his show. He said, I bet you no one, right, can just sit there for half an hour and do nothing. Like, just try and meditate, just try and be in your own thoughts, and he said, I'm just gonna leave you, he said, just for a minute and see, then I'm gonna come back. And then he came back and he said, you didn't do it, did you? You didn't do it. And then he said, okay, look, I'll make it easier for you. He said, how about, right, you try 15 minutes, just try 15 minutes. And he said, see how you get on. So Gonzo says that's easy. Yeah, possibly. It wasn't for me, mate. So I paused the video and I set the alarm on my phone and for 15 minutes. And I did actually do it. I didn't touch anything. I just literally waited for 15 minutes to be up. But it's quite interesting when you do it because you literally are, you're thinking, well, what have I got to do next? Have I got everything ready for the show? What time am I having dinner? Do I need to have a shave? Do you need to have a shower? Do I need to have a shit? And all this sort of stuff starts going through your head. And I wanted just to share this with you actually, because he actually did share this as well. So it's not. So again, it's just something that I found. So let me just present this with you. I thought this is really interesting. Where is it? Email. Where's my notes? Where's that? Can I find that? If I click that up. don't know if you can see this or not. Let me just see. Okay, entire screen. So click on the entire screen, right? Okay, so I'm just going to go to it here. So this is from Science. This is quite an old report, right? People would rather be electronically shocked than left alone with their thoughts. Human mind may be wired to find inner reflection unbearable. The researchers decided to take the experiment a step further. For 15 minutes, the team left participants alone in a lab room in which they could push a button and shock themselves if they wanted to. The results were startling. Even though all participants had previously stated that they would pay money to avoid being shocked with electricity, 67% of men and 25% of women chose to inflict it on themselves rather than just sit there quietly and think. The team reports online today in Science. I thought that was hysterical. I mean, would you? Come on, chat. What are you saying, chat? You know, would you rather be shocked, right, than just or shock yourself, than be able to just sit there for 15 minutes? Listen, from the boy that shocked himself when he was a kid in his dad's shop for 240 volts. I don't know what sort of shock they were giving, but I just sat on my dad used to own a shop where he sold light bulbs, and he had a hardware shop and stuff like that. And I just sat on the side. I've told this story before, so sorry if I'm boring you, but I sat on this on the side. I was about 7, 8 or something like that, and you know how boys do. You know, I was just like just fiddling with my hands here. And I didn't realize that where he tests the light bulb, and he's got the light bulb tester, he's got it at the side there. I stuck my hands in the electricity into the light bulb tester. And it was like, and honestly, I thought I didn't think I was going to die, but I wondered what the fuck was happening to me. It felt like it shook me like I've never been shook. As Elvis Presley said, I'm all shook up. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Anyway, how are you? How are you? Welcome along to Nurse Robert's surgery, as Beeb called me. And good evening, Sean. It's been a while since we've seen Sean. Sean's been busy running his pub restaurant. Sean, how's it going? Is it busy? How are you doing? Who else is here? Sean is saying this video may be appropriate for some users. Great stuff. Let me in. Hi, Rob, and all in the chat. Welcome, Sean. It's nice to see you. And I still think we haven't got that Spanish chicken. Is he watching football? Is he a football man? Is he a football man? I don't know, actually. And good evening, Chief Lurker James. We know you're there, James, because you're always there, and we love you, James. I've got some news, by the way, James and everyone else, about kendo. I will share that with you in a second. And Mahat Malevolence. Welcome, Mahat Malevolence, who I haven't dreamt for 25 years. Mahat, what is that? Because you're a weedy man. Yeah, you don't have to share that with with us. But when I was smoking weed, I couldn't dream at all. I didn't. Jimmy says, Gonzo John, Jeff Berwick isn't very honest. Please do not fall for his crypto scams. I don't know what scams he does, Johnny, but I think he just promotes Pirate Chain and some other one, Monero as well. And they're decentralized currencies, which I personally believe in, but we don't have to agree on everything. I don't know if it was a scam, but he's just, that's who he is. Agreed, says Jimmy Hagan. Berwick is a wrong one, but his dog seems sound. I've got a story about his dog as well. Yeah. So let's have a look down here. There's some new comments coming up before I move on. Jerry, as a Sparks, no thanks, says about the electricity. Rich T, hello, Rich T. Want to do nothing for 15 minutes? Get a job at the council. Oh dear, very good. And Sean says about his pub, it's going okay, Rob. Not mega busy, but still going. Good stuff. Is it your own business, Sean, or do you run it for other people? I don't know. Be interesting to know. All crypto influencers and scammers, they are part of the pump and dump cycle, which wrecks so many, says Jimmy Hagan. Okay. And Mahat Malevolent says it was TB. I'm sorry to hear that, Mahat. I'm going to try and keep up with the chat. Gonzo. And he also uses others to do pump and dump to get richer off others. Well, again, fair enough, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I think he's rather entertaining. And I think if you look at him that way and you treat him as an entertainment person, just like this show, just treat it as a bit of entertainment. I have got some stories for you. You don't have to believe them. But listen, I want to talk to you about Kendo. Everyone loves Kendo. I did send him a message the other night and asking, how is he and what's he up to, etc. So I'm going to read it to you. It's not great news. It's not great news, but let's read it to you. Actually, I've got it on here actually, because I've got my Telegram open. Right. So where is Kendo? He said, "Hiya, Robert. It's Ken. Just to let you know, I am on the mend. I've lost 2.5 stone and have a bowel which at the moment refuses to cooperate. So they are feeding me intravenously. I've not eaten for almost 2 weeks. I think it will be a while before I leave hospital. So I've said, Ken, we'll miss you and send you our healing vibes and love. We always give you a shout out on the shows." So that's the update on Kendo. It's not great, but traumatic brain injury. Mahat Malevolent says that's what it was. Sorry to hear that, Mahat. Me and my partner, she is the chef and I'm the bar manager, and everything else it entails, really. So good luck to you, Sean. We hope your business keeps going strong, man. And it must be really, really tough, because I know that what with the price of electricity and everything that's gone up, it must be extremely difficult to run any sort of business. I mean, we all know what it's like. Just our own houses. My electricity is doubled each month. Jimmy says, "Get well soon, Kendo. Been thinking of you." So yeah, if Kendo's watching, I'm sure he might do. And Sean says, if you pop up to see him, there's a discount for all Raconteurs, of course. First pint free. Be great to meet some of you in the flesh. There you go. There you go. First pint free. Come on. You can get down there. Get down to Sean's place. If I am up there, Sean, I am definitely going to come and visit you. It's the normies and their inability to recognize the state of play that makes it really unnecessarily complex. And Miss Blue Sky says, Kendo, keep doing your best to heal and please stay positive. We look forward to having you back in the chat. We do, Kendo. Yeah, I'm sure all the shows do as well. And talking of all the shows, yeah, we've got a new show as well, haven't we? We've got one called Reality Chat, and that was the one that the guy who's called Pete, and Pete used to work with Cookie, didn't he? And then he just decided that he didn't want to do it anymore. And but so if you fancy giving Reality Chat a sub, I'm going to put the link in the chat box here. So if you fancy giving him a sub, he does 8 o'clock on a Friday. So we've now got a full house of a week. It's only Sunday that's not covered now. You've got Cookie and Pete on Monday, me on Tuesday, Cookie and Pete on Wednesday. You've got the Steve the Tagoose when he's not banned on Thursday. But you can watch him on Odyssey and the other one. I keep forgetting what it's called because I don't go to it. But yeah, Steve's got a band, by the way, if people don't know. So if you hope to see Steve on Thursday, you're going to have to go to Odyssey or the other thing that I forget what it's called. Yeah, Sean, whereabouts are you? Says Rich T. So come on, Sean. We can give your place a plug. I'll even put a link up to your place in the show notes if you want to send me a link. BB says, been subbed for years. A lot of riffraff turned up last week. Yeah, he means me. BB. Baby, I tried to write cheeky monkey in the chat and PooTube wouldn't let me do it. I think it thought I was being racist. So you're a cheeky monkey, baby. Let me top up my glass here. Have you all had a good week? What did you do? What did you do for one of the hottest days of the year? I went with my partner down to Great Yarmouth and to Gorleston-on-Sea. Gorleston-on-Sea voted one of the top 10 beaches in the country, where they filmed that. They did some of the filming of Yesterday, which was about the guy who was the singer who was the only one who could remember the Beatles songs, and so he started recording them and putting them out as his own material. And yeah, it's quite a good film. And they do a scene on Gorleston Beach, and I was down there, and me and my partner, we went out for we decided to go out for a meal, a nice meal, and she fancied lobster. She hadn't. When we tried to have lobster when we were down in Torquay, and we couldn't get it. It was just impossible. So we got there. We got there pretty late. I thought we've got no chance of getting lobster. Anyway, I phoned around a couple of restaurants and I managed to get a booking, and we went down there, and I sat down at the restaurant and I said, waiter. He said, yes, sir. I said, I want lobster. I said, now make it snappy. Boom, boom. Yes, I'm here every Tuesday with my crap jokes. Dear. No, but what happened was the waiter, we said we'd like some lobster. So the waiter then so he says, well, okay, what size lobster do you want? We said, well, we don't know, He said, well, I'll bring some out for you. So I'm thinking, oh, Christ, is he going to bring out live lobsters? Anyway, it turns out that he brings out all these different sized lobsters, and we just chose the biggest one. And then he goes, do you want it thermidor? Do you want lobster thermidor, or do you want in the garlic sauce? So we said, well, can we have half and half? So I had the thermidor, my partner had the garlic sauce, and it was fucking delicious. It was. I felt sorry for Mr. Lobby Lobster. He sacrificed his life for us, but they presented it so amazingly as well. They broke it all up. Literally, the meat just came out. I've never tasted anything like lobster. It's just the most amazing thing. It really is. So Sean is all right. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Been tough at Jimmy. Oh wow. Now Steve managed to trigger the bots again. He's not had much luck. Yeah, he did, Jimmy, unfortunately. But there you go. What can you do? Sean says Todd Morden, just down the road from the dreaded Hebden Bridge. What's it called, Sean? And I'll because I know you can't post anything. So is that what it's called? What's the name of your restaurant? And I'll find it on Tinternet and I'll post it in the chat, and then we can all ring you up and abuse you. Oh, and going back to reality chat. Miss Blue Sky said, I saw reality chat. I really like Peter. He seems like a genuine, nice man, giving lovely, gentle vibes. There you go. Well, maybe he'll start tuning into this show as well, and bringing over his nice, gentle vibes. What's BB got to say? Let's have a look. Went to a Chinese restaurant in Mumbai, selected the lobster, and the chef killed it in front of us. Very theatrical. Oh, God. I have to say, the first time I had lobster, BB, right, was it was in Menorca, and they had them in the tank. And literally, you just went up to the tank whilst they're still living and said, "Yeah, can I have that one, please?" That was a bit weird. Yeah, that's a good one, Mascara. We can all give Sean 5-star reviews on Yelp. I've not heard of Yelp. I've not heard of that one. So, okay. Creating My Reality. Good evening, sir. Love Todd Morden. Went there a few times last year. We'll check you out if visiting again with Peter. There you go. Nice one. Thanks. Well done. So, and we also stayed in a so my partner booked this bed and breakfast, and it was a really nice little place. We had a sea view. We were just off the street, off the main drag, but you could see the sea. We were right at the top, and we had a nice sea view. It was a lovely room, really, really lovely. I've got to say this because he might be watching. No, I'm only joking. Hang on a second. Let's just highlight that so I know where I am. And came down in the morning, breakfast, and the guy says to us, would you want a full English breakfast? Yes, please. Yeah, we'll have a full English. Oh, creating my reality. I am a woman. Doctor. Hello, creating my reality. And I'm sorry I misgendered you. It's a terrible thing to do in this world. So welcome aboard anyway. Yeah, creating my reality. Aren't you one of the moderators on Peter's show? Yeah. And BB says, creating my reality. You can be whatever you identify as. So yeah, we came down for breakfast. You're all confused. See, I'm trying to keep up with this chat as well and tell you my stories. So we came down for breakfast, and we had our breakfast, beautiful breakfast, really. And he said, "Do you want tinned tomatoes?" Now, BB, I like this. Do you want tinned tomatoes or do you want fresh tomatoes? So I said, we said, we'll have fresh tomatoes, please. He went, "Yeah, I grow them myself." I thought, I like this man. I like this man. I really like this man. And anyway, had our breakfast, and we're sitting there, and there was another couple just further on from us, and the guy was, you're his partner. Oh, right, you're his partner. Well, welcome aboard, and say hello to Peter for us. I hope he joins us one day. Thank you very much anyway for identifying yourself as a woman and his partner. Jimmy identifies as an anarchist lobster. Just dare you to be hungry round me. So this couple, she's sitting there, she's like this. And the other guy and her husband he's sort of like looking at his phone occasionally. And all of a sudden, the owner comes out. What's his name? I keep getting his name confused. Where the bloody hell is it? Dale. That's it. Yeah. So Dale comes. So Dale says, that's destroying conversation. That phone. It really is. And then she says, "Oh yeah, well, I'm on social media." And he goes, her husband says, "Yeah, she's on social media. She does all the social media. I'm not into all of that, myself. I just use it mainly to make phone calls." She goes, "No, you don't. You go on Facebook as well. You do Facebook." Anyway, they have this conversation about phones, and Dale starts saying, "Yeah, it's going to destroy. We need to put these phones down. It's going to lead to something bad and everything." So I says to my partner, I go, "I'm going to put my tuppence in a minute." So all of a sudden, I said, "You know where it's leading to, don't you?" I said, "It's leading to your phone being your digital wallet, your passport, your NHS ID, and your tracking machine." And basically, I said, it's not leading to a really good place. So all of a sudden, Dale looks at me and he goes, oh, he said, he goes, come here. And then I follow him outside. And suddenly he goes, where is it now? He goes, yeah. He says, take this £20 note. He says, take this £20 note. I went, what? No, what? He goes, take this £20 note. And all of a sudden, it does this, and it says this: keep cash alive. And on the other side, of course, it's got all the stuff about keeping cash alive. And I posted some of this actually on the Raconteurs News Telegram and my own chat as well in Telegram. And so yeah, he's given me this leaflet, and it's all about why it's dangerous. And then all of a sudden he gave me this as well. He gave me this, about 15-minute neighborhoods. He gave me a load of leaflets on 15-minute neighborhoods, and on this side, the madness of net zero, right? And then at the start of the show, which I showed everyone, for those of you that came late, I was like this, and of course it is the light paper. He had loads of the light papers as well, and he said, take a couple of copies. He said, and take these leaflets. He said, and share them. And so we started chatting, and he said, have you heard of Jeff Berwick of the Dollar Vigilante? I went, yeah, I watch Jeff all the time. He went, I was at Acapulco last year. He said, I had my photo taken with Lucy, the dog. She jumped down from the stage and wanted a piece of my my dinner. So she sat on my lap, and I had my photo taken with her. Oh, it was great to meet him. He was so awake, and he just wanted us to stay another night and have a chat and everything. Anyway, I've kept in touch with him. I found out he's got aches and pains. I left him with a little bit of my salve. Promotion here. Look, here we go. Look, see, a little bit of my salve, and he's got bad knees. And I said, look, put that on it. And I said, I'll send you one. So I've sent him a salve as well. I've also asked him if he wants to come on, because he was a really interesting man. And he's been on protests. He went on protests during the lockdown periods as well. And I think when things calmed down a bit for him, because he's obviously very busy running his little hotel, that he is going to come on, which would be great. It would be really, really good if he came on. I think you'd really like him, and I'm going to share with him all the channels that we watch, including this wonderful show as well, because I think he would enjoy your company as well. Being in here. So his name's Dale, and he's a really, really interesting man. And I was reading this today, and look, there's some news. It's called Newspeak, what they really mean. Okay, and this is interesting. I'll just do you a few of them. All right. So died suddenly means Divock injection death, elections, pre-selections. Experts agree, cherry-picked and compliant ones do. Experts say we made up a narrative and paid people. Far right means liberal. 5G, radioactive tracking system. And then you've got breaking news. Alternative news has been reporting on this for 3 years. CBDC, programmable, monitorable money, and it just goes on and on and on. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read this, and I think you can get a copy of this in PDF form if you go on their website as well. So do you do a lube, doctor? No, I don't actually. Creating my reality. But maybe I should do. Thanks for that. I do magnesium oil. But yeah, my salve. If anyone wants it, oh yeah. And just talking about, if you buy my salve, it helps support the show as well. And I've said this before, that going forward, I used the stream of what was Jason's Raconteurs news stream, which is coming to the end, which is now run by Jimmy. And the StreamYard, which allows up to 10 people, including myself, to be in, is going to come to the end, I think, in about October, something like that, maybe November. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, Jim say, I'm sure Rob Salve would do the job. He might do. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want to eat it. Well, not the salve, that is. Thank you very much. Sean is saying that's the Lucifer paper. I don't know why. Okay. BB, Tuesdays equals tomatoes, Saturdays equals glyphosate. That's a reference back to Jimmy loving glyphosate there. Creating my reality. I wanted to buy some in Amsterdam, but couldn't get through customs. LOL. Well, you know, I'm sure you could do. You should have sent yourself some back. Lucifer is the light bearer, says BB. So yeah, that's that story. So he was a great guy. I also spent the hottest day on Gorton-on-Sea beach. It was absolutely fabulous. Whilst everyone baked in up to 33 degrees, it was a nice 25 degrees on the beach. No wind. The sea was absolutely still, and it meant I could get me rubber dinghy out. Any innuendos is welcome, so please bring them on. Yes, I do have a rubber dinghy. I didn't want one of those paddle boards. I didn't want to be a paddleboard wanker. Sorry if you are one. No, but you're not wankers. But I just found years ago I used to love being in my rubber dinghy, and just I just like to sit on my arse and row, and it was great. It was really, really good. What else? So yeah, it was bloody hot. I've done you a lot. Oh yeah, allotment update. So yeah, I've been picking tomatoes because they're coming out. They're really, 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 really coming on now, and I've now processed them. I've turned them into like tomato sauce. I sauteed some garlic and some onions, and I processed the tomatoes and by like boiling them for about 3 minutes and taking off the skins. And I've now put them in freezer bags, and I froze them all. So I've got some nice tomato-based sauces, because I make a lot of chili. I make a lot of spaghetti bolognese, lasagna. So anything that needs a tomato sauce. With onions and garlic, you can put it in anything, can't you? So yeah, I've done that, and I'll be doing a lot more as well, actually. So let's see. Anyone else chatting? I think I've caught up with the chat now. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I've caught up with the chat. Let's just click there. Should we do a have I shared everything with you? Oh yeah, and also we had our favorite crazy golf, and yeah, my partner, she's getting a little bit better at it. She lost. Yeah, what can you do? She lost again. Actually, the truth being, right, that she thought she lost, but she's not very good at maths. Yeah. So she she did the little adding up. She went, oh, you beat me by 1 point. I said, oh, well, there you go. What can you do? And then she said, I'm just going to check it again. And then she checked it again. She went, I'll just check it again. And then she checked it again. She went, oh, it's a draw. And she kept, on the way home, she kept saying, draw. So I probably did win, but what can you do? You have to let them think they won, don't you? Anyway, welcome aboard to the show, everyone. This is not a Dr. Robert's surgery. It's Tuesday night, and I should really share some health stories with you. I think that's it. So we've done the whole story about I'm also going to do some music in a little while as well. And we've got some memes, and of course we've got the quiz at the end of the show as well. So don't forget that. What I would say, if you would like to support the show, please do so. Yeah, the links are all at the bottom of here. I'm doing a StreamYard fundraiser. So if you do want to support the show, we're about 60 quid short, something like that, of raising all the funds. So I've put the link in the show notes. I've just put it in the chat as well. If you can support me and buy me a drink just to help support the show going forward, that'd be great. And again, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who's been so generous in. I've only got to raise another 60 quid. Anything that's left after that, then I'm just going to pay the difference for the StreamYard. Thanks again to everyone who's supported me. I really appreciate that. If you can support me going forward, that'd be great. But don't worry if you can't. Thanks again for just watching the show. And can you give me a little thumbs up just to get the statistics about if you like the show, that is. Okay. And if you're not a member, because apparently I was looking at the statistics and some of them, it says about 25% of the people that are watching the show are not subscribers. So subscribe to the show, please. And, join me every Tuesday where I do my live show. Going forward, I'm probably going to do more content where I produce at least a few times a week, maybe some health stories as well. Where I just like jump on and do a 10-minute story and that sort of thing. Not live, but just produce some content. So that'll be coming forward. What's been said here? Let's have a look. Sean is saying here, there may be the odd decent article in there, but it's promoting the controlled opposition's truth movement, sham, joke, and mess. Okay, I didn't know that, Sean. Again, Den of Deceivers, says Sean. Remember when no Mark Devlin said Ike's William Wallace moment at Trafalgar Square was the MLK I have a dream moment of our time? Yeah, I know Mark Devlin. But he does... Mark Devlin's on his fourth or fifth channel now. BB agrees with him. Ike's a millionaire, probably a Mason, selling new age Gnostic lies to brain dead wankers. And BB says, agreed, Sean. There you go, Sean. You got a new fan. There you go. Sean, did you give the name of the thing? I can't. Did it? Let's have a look. I'm just looking, Sean. No, your place isn't called the Lucifer Paper, is it? Hey. Oh yeah, Three Wise Monkeys. There's a Facebook page. So that's your link, is it? Right. Okay. Let me have a look because I do have faceache. Let's have a look. Three Wise Monkeys. Let's have a look. See if we can share it with Sean. Three Wise Monkeys. Blimey. Is it the Thai restaurant? Let's have a look. Three Wise Monkeys. Todd Morden. Here we are. Look, let's share this. Come on. Look, we're gonna see Sean's Three Wise Monkeys. Right. Just 1 second. Let's just share this. Look. Hang on. Present. Share screen. And share screen. Facebook. Here it is. Look. There we go. Look. First point is free. Come on, get on and follow the Three Wise. I'm going to follow. Look at that. You've got to follow now, Sean. Three Wise Monkeys. There we are. Look, he's got Dave Spiegel there. He did have. He's got music as well. This looks a jamming place. I might have to make a special trip up there, Sean, and have a chat with you and get my free pint. I don't know how far away you are from me. Bedford to Todd Morton, it's got to be at least 2 hours, I would say. But there you go. We've shared your... So I'm just going to... There we are. Let's just copy that. Right. Stop sharing. And now I'm going to come back to the chat and put the link in the show in here. There we go. Give Sean a follow, everyone, if you're on Facebook, or go and see him at his lovely restaurant, Thai restaurant. So there you go. Good on you, Sean. Sean, I was daft enough to book Devlin. Big mistake. Well, there you are. You've got an opinion there, and you've obviously met the man. So out of the horse's mouth, as they say. I've got a meme about that as well. Should we share a story? Let's share a story. Okay. Not that one. Let's present. Share screen. Here we go. So, UK cancer time bomb, 184,000 Brits diagnosed with preventable cancer this year, costing the economy 78 billion. Obesity, smoking, drinking, and sun exposure, that dreaded sun. Don't go reading that fucking paper. That's all I can say. Cause 4 out of 10 cancers. Preventable cancers will cost Britain 1.26 trillion between now and 2040. The number of people getting preventable cancer will hit around 184,000 this year and cost the economy 78 billion, according to a study. Around 4 out of 10 cancers are classed as preventable, as they are caused by drinking, smoking, obesity, and exposure to the sun's ultraviolet rays. These factors will be behind 43,000 cases of lung cancer, 23,000 of bowel cancer, and 17,500 skin cancer, and 14,000 of breast cancer. Analysis by consultancy Frontier Economics suggests the number of preventable cancers are increasing each year, up from around 155,000 in 2019-2020, and will cost the country around 3.5% of its GDP growth profit this year. And cancer incidence will keep increasing as the population ages, as factors such as obesity increase, the report warns. The total cost of all preventable cancers between 2023 and 2040 will hit a staggering 1.26 during the time if current trends continue. Can I just say again, they talk about cancer and preventable cancer, but there was a medical intervention in lockdown that didn't help. Let's not forget that. The analysis suggests that smoking was behind the majority of 43,000 avoidable lung cancer cases, whilst others were triggered by people's jobs. Exposed to chemicals in the shipbuilding and construction industry have been linked to lung cancer. Eating too little fiber, too much processed meat, and being overweight or obese was blamed for 23,000 of them. Exposure to that dreaded UV radiation was thought to be behind 85% of the 17,000 melanoma cases in the UK is expected to log this year. And what about the fact that they tell everyone to put chemicals on their skin so they can stay out in the sun a bit longer? This is what I use, folks. Yes, this is what I use. Robert Salve. Links in the description notes. If you want some, please support me. I never get burnt. I really don't. I do go red occasionally, but again, you've got to be sensible when you're out in the sun, haven't you? If you think, I think I've had enough sun, the t-shirt goes back on. It's as simple as that. On the remaining 86, tobacco, 15%, and weight too much were the main triggers. Economics also looked at 5 cost areas: individual healthcare, social care, family and care, and productivity. And it goes on and on and on. The study finds the overall economic impact of the highest for lung cancer, approximately 630,000 per case, similar for bowel, breast, and other cancers, between 300 and 400,000 per case. The lowest for melanoma, approximately 135,000 per case. So there you go. And some nice pictures of people eating something they probably shouldn't do with a nice big belly. So there you go. It is time for the debate to grow up and focus on what is evidence-based and will best serve the public. Businesses whose products don't harm their customers are currently paying the price for those that do, as we all are, or as are we all even. So there you go. I do have another story about that. So I'll quickly go through that. Where is it? Let's just stop there. Stop sharing that, and I'll come back to the chat in a second. Let's have a look. Where am I? Right, okay. Present, share screen. Here we go. Let's share another one. Cancer time bomb. Yeah, I did that one. I think, yeah. Oh, it was about the cost of it. Again, it was a very similar story anyway. So here's another one, slightly off topic, that I wanted to share with you. But again, a lot of things are related to health. And, again, they say that climate is linked to your health and stuff like that. So I wanted to share this with you as well, because this story quickly disappeared. And I thought, I kept it. Climate scientists admits to focusing solely on global warming in paper about United States wildfires and ignoring other key aspects just to get published. A climate scientist admitted exaggerating the impact of global warming on Californian wildfires to get his research published. Patrick T. Brown claims studies about climate change are rejected by scientific journals if they do not support certain narratives and they favor distorted research which overstates dangers. He says in his research article, which was published last week in Nature, entitled Climate Warming Increases Extreme Daily Wildlife Growth in Risk in California, focused exclusively on climate change and intentionally ignore other key factors. The US state has suffered extreme wildfires in recent years, which have led to the loss of life and prosperity. Writing in the Free Press, Dr. Brown said, I knew not to try to quantify key aspects other than climate change in my research because it would dilute the story that prestigious journals like Nature want to tell. Explaining why he did this, Dr. Brown, a lecturer at Johns Hopkins in the US, said it's critically important for scientists to be published in high-profile journals. Yeah, and they need to keep their jobs as well. And the editors of these journals have made it abundantly clear, both by what they publish and what they reject, that they want climate papers that support certain pre-approved narratives, even when those narratives come at the expense of broader knowledge of society. Dr. Brown claimed that journals approach climate change research in the way that press focus so intentionally on climate change and as the root cause of wildfires, including the devastating fires in Hawaii last month, which killed 115 people. And let's not forget that there are over 2,000 kids missing from those wildfires as well. And it's sad that that's not mentioned in this story here. So there you go. Another one where it's basically saying that if he didn't really put the narrative in a certain way, that he's not going to get published, which makes you question about if you take that whole thing there, that story there, and you think about it, that if people want to get their stuff published, whether they're a PhD and they wanted to do something that might be a bit alternative and not go with the consensus that society wants it to go, they're not gonna write it, are they? It's all got to be one particular way. It's all got to be one narrative, and that probably just highlights it and proves it. For my mind, it really does. If you're watching from the past, hello from the past. Welcome, all you lurkers as well, and I hope you're enjoying the show. Time check is 9:15. Hang around. We've got a quiz to do at the end here as well, and we have a very lively after chat. I'm still a bit concerned. I'm worried that Spanish chicken has been cooked in Bristol somewhere. Maybe Sean's tossing him in a frying pan. And yes, that is a euphemism. There we go. Let's see then. Right. Okay. So we've got here. Johnny's gone. Johnny's gone. Goodbye, Johnny. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. Okay, Johnny. Nice to see you. Jerry, I think Jerry's going. I'll have to head on and have a great week. Hope you'll call on the next one with Jimmy. There you go. Nice one, Jimmy. Jerry, take care. Sean, back to his story of Mark. Not Mark. What's his name? Devlin. Yeah, Mark Devlin. He stayed. He stayed in my house, then blocked me when I questioned his mentors, Ike and Passio. Fuck you, now, Sean. Oh dear. Good on you, Sean. You will get that shit. You will get that, Sean. Grifters really like getting serious. Rarely like getting serious questions. And Sean says he really didn't like me pointing out that his "I do not consent" T-shirt was in all caps, legalese, and so didn't mean what he wanted it to. Pete said, "Thank fuck he's gone." There is an old adage, buyer beware. If folk have not the mental capacity to practice informed consent, then does it really matter? They suffer as a result. And there we go. Should we do another story? Okay. And where's Dinny tonight as well? Where is Dinny? The COVID and flu autumn vaccine rollouts kick off today. 30 million care home residents invited for jab. We showed a video there. Invited for jab 1 month early amid fears over mutant Pirola variants. I didn't know it was 1 month early. Millions of Brits are set to receive COVID and flu jabs as the autumn rollout kicked off today amid concerns over a new mutant variant. Care home residents and those who are housebound in England will be offered both vaccines this week, with the NHS inviting more eligible people to come forward from next Monday. The over 65s, frontline health and social care workers and pregnant women are among those who will be invited for top-up doses in the coming weeks. I'm sure they'll all be working really, really well when they get injected. The scheme, which was due to be launched in October, was brought forward by an entire month to boost protection among the most vulnerable amid fears that the Pirola COVID strain would trigger a fresh wave of infection and overwhelm the NHS. More than 30 cases of Omicron spin-off, scientifically known as BA.2.86, have been confirmed in England, but officials warn the true scale of the outbreak is much larger and that is spreading in the community undetected. So who will be eligible for their booster? All adults aged 65 years and over, residents in care homes, those aged 6 months to 64 years in a clinical risk group, frontline healthcare and social care workers, those aged 12 to 64 years, household contacts of people with immune suppression, and those aged 16 to 64 years who are carers, who will be eligible for a free flu jab. 65, those aged 6 months to 64 years. Wow, man. Pregnant women, all children aged 2 to 3, and it just goes on and on and on. So what are the symptoms? Well, it's funny, actually, because it's a little bit like having a detox. You get some runny nose and some sneezing. Then you get a little bit of a headache. Then you get a bit of fatigue. Then you get a bit of a sore throat. Then you get a bit of a fever. And then you might have a bit of persistent coughing. So there you go. And it goes on. If you want to read the rest of that, I've shared it in my notes at the bottom here. And there you go. So more jabberoonies coming if you want them. I'm sure you all want them. I know I'll be queuing up to get mine. I'm sure you all will be as well. Next story, shall we do? Actually, do you know what I might do? Yeah. I'm going to do one more story. Let's do another story here. I'm going to share some stuff. So if you do happen to get it, if you do happen to get ill, what vitamins are good for you? Well, from A to zinc, all the vitamins you need in your diet to stay healthy this autumn and winter. Eating orange and yellow fruits and veg to get vitamin A will help fight colds. Dietitians also suggest eating sunshine, vitamin D over the winter months. Now, isn't that funny? We're being told that the sun is bad for you and the sun gives us vitamin D, but they say that it's leading to cancers, but they're telling you to get some vitamin D over the winter months to protect you. Summer will soon be a distant memory, and the cold and dark winter days may make it harder to get all the vitamins you need. But getting enough vitamins is vital as the season changes to remain healthy, boost energy, and protect against the inevitable spike in viruses and bugs. Whilst most of those following a healthy diet will get all the nutrients their body needs through food, others must be sourced through supplements or sunlight. Oh, it's sunlight again. Here, Mail Online has devised a guide to all those essential vitamins you need to get through the autumn and winter months. Okay, so there you go. Let's go down here. Vitamin A, how much needed per day? It says 700 micrograms for men and 600 for women. What are your sources? It's carrots, spinach, eggs, cheese, and oily fish. It's known for helping your vision, but it's also important for maintaining the body's natural defenses. As colds are more common in the colder months, it could help to give your immune system a boost. The vitamin also helps to keep the skin and the lining of some parts of the body in good shape, such as the nose, lungs, and gut, according to Dwan Miller, a registered dietitian and senior lecturer. He said it can be found in foods in two forms: retinol, which is the active form in vitamin A, which is found in liver, eggs, cheese, and oily fish, as a beta carotene, which is found in spinach. And it goes on. And again, remember, I've got links to this in my show notes. So we've got vitamin A and then vitamin B. Okay. So how much do you need of vitamin D? 1.5 milligrams, I think it is. It says UGs. Sources: meat, nutritional yeast, eggs and milk. Reduced sun exposure in the cold months can drastically lower energy levels, leaving people feeling tired and sluggish. Okay. I take a lot of vitamin B, actually. I take niacinamide, which is B3. The vitamins, of which there are 8 varieties, are vital for helping the body release the energy from food and transporting oxygen and nutrients around the body. These include thiamine, which is found in peas, nuts, and whole grain breads; niacin, which is what I was talking about, which is in fish, meat, and eggs; and riboflavin, which is in mushrooms, yogurt, and eggs. Other B vitamins include B6, which is used in stores energy from proteins and carbohydrates, and it can be found in salmon, chickpeas, and dark leafy greens. Meanwhile, getting too little vitamin B12 or B9 can lead to poor health. I take the spray, the B12, every day as well. Vitamin C, how much needed per day? It says 40 milligrams. I think this is, personally, my opinion, too little. And I think that taking at least 250 milligrams is what I take, to maybe up to 1,000. Vitamin C is hailed for boosting the immune system, and whilst glugging down orange juice each morning won't prevent you from catching a cold, some studies suggest it can speed up recovery time from a cold. There's such little vitamin C in orange juice, so just try and get yourself some decent vitamin C capsules as well, or make your own like I do. It's really simple. You can buy a machine to make capsules and buy ascorbic acid or sodium ascorbate, which is what I choose because it's easier on the stomach. The vitamin, which is also known as ascorbic acid, is vital for protecting cells and keeping them healthy. It also maintains healthy skin, blood vessels, bones, and cartilage, and helps with wound healing. Adults need roughly 40 milligrams of vitamin C a day, with citrus fruits such as oranges and orange juice, pepper, strawberries among the most rich sources. Vitamin D, again, we talk about vitamin D. It regulates the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body. These nutrients are vital for keeping bones strong and helping the immune system stay healthy. What else is we got down here? And zinc, found in shellfish, meat, dairy foods. Zinc is vital for healthy immune system. Zinc has an ability to inhibit viral replication and activate infection-fighting white blood cells, says Dr. Brewer. So there you go. Men aged 19 to 64 need 9.5 milligrams of zinc a day, and women need 7 milligrams of zinc a day. So get your zinc as well. There you go. Some vitamin news for you. Some good news for you. How are you all in the chat? What's going on? What's going on? Let's have a look. I think I just saw my son there. People saying good night to Johnny. Sean's going on about Mark Devlin still. Bill Cooper and Eustace Mullins on video saying Ike is a plagiarist. Devlin worships and copies Ike. Just embarrassing, really. I've actually got Bill Cooper's book, Behold a Pale Horse. It's a very good book, Sean. I hope you would approve of that as well. Let's have a look what's being said here. Jimmy says, I would love them to implement the same shit again, Sean. I'm curious how many will fall for the same shit again. Absolutely, Jimmy. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? Maybe there would be a proper fight back this time. Is there a vitamin B666? Says Jimmy. Bebo, they know how many will resist. They want people to rebel. They will supply the brain mobs leaders for them. There is order to be had after chaos, or order out of chaos, as they say. Matty Boy says, yo. Matty was 30 last week, and he had a very nice birthday and a very nice present from me as well, and a meal. Took him out for a nice meal as well. People saying hello to Matt. Nearly 9:30. I think I'm going to try and present a little bit of music. I did ask this guy if I could use his music before, and I'm just going to make sure that it will work. So I'm just going to jump onto YouTube here, because I'm going to bring it from YouTube. So bear with me. Let me just play that. Okay, so let's see if I can present this. I'm going to take myself out. Let me turn that up because I can't hear myself. Right, okay. So let me take myself out, and I'm going to share this with you. Okay, present, share screen, share screen. Here we go. This is a song by Angry North. Okay.
Well, I'd like to be a doctor and help people to stay well, using knowledge, care and wisdom, following evidence as well, with the purest patient focus, no products I'm obliged to sell. But I know it couldn't work like that, it would not go well. Struggling vainly to swarms, but I'd reassure my victims they confident and calm. I'd close my eyes to keep giving death shots in the arm, shitting daily on my promise to first and always do no harm. 'Cause it's hard to make a living while staying honest and true. Only doing things that voice inside won't cry when you do. I'd like to be a teacher, should be a noble thing to be. And many kids don't have real parents, only devices and screens. And those children, they're the future, if there's one that we're gonna see. But I'd find it hard to play my part in school insanity. I'd make kids fear fresh air and faces. I'd incite their insecurities. I'd tell them boy or girl or thing, come on, choose a different thing to be. I'd teach them government's their real friend, and it's gonna give them all they need. In those young and fertile minds, I would plant those evil seeds. Yeah, 'cause it's hard to make a living when hungry mouths rely on you. Sticking solely to the things you know you only should stick to. It's so hard to make a living and not swallow Satan's stew. 'Cause he feeds you in that cage while he plays sick games with you. Well, I'd like to be a policeman, helping my community, serving ordinary people, protect their bodies and property. Even-handed with common sense and firm at those times when it's right to be. But I fear I couldn't handle who a copper needs to be. A woke PR performing monkey, I'd get down for pictures on my knee, while those requesting rights for humans receive the violent side of me. Harass and bully those who dream there's still free speech in this country. Assist with government oppression of any new extreme degree. It's so hard to make a living while staying true to you, when so few listen to their conscience to be one of those very few. It's so hard to make a living and not guzzle Satan's goo, when it seems the only means of survival against you. Yeah, I'd like to be a pharmacist, I'd like to be a nurse, but no one's standing to pay to a scientist, which one's not quite you worse. For those who deserve clean air, there's no supply of nicer is. If they stand for something right, they'll find they're thrown out on their ears.
There you go. I'll put the link in the show for that. Hopefully he didn't mind me playing it. I just found that really, really powerful. And what Jim was saying earlier in there about it'd be interesting to see how many people would fall for it again and how many will fight back against it. So we're missing a few people tonight, aren't we? There's no Spanish. I think it's because there's football on tonight or something like that. And there's no, I've got no Paula and Nubin. So if you're out there, you three, welcome. I hope you're all okay. But normally Spanish is like, he's a regular on everything. So it's a bit unusual for him to not be here. Didn't he? I know what he's like. He's just a lurker sometimes anyway. He says, I don't watch it, but he really does. We know he does. Don't forget, I'm going to do the quiz soon. It's quiz very soon, and let's just share another story with you. Where have we got here? Let's have a look. We did that story. We did that stories. Oh yeah, here's another one. Now I've talked about this before, but now it looks like this is a law's coming in. Disposable vapes to be banned to stop addiction among children. Disposable vapes are set to be axed to prevent children from becoming addicted to the devices under new government plans. Campaigns have long called for much tougher regulations on marketing to children and a tax. Here we go. Isn't that great? A tax on disposable vapes, which are most popular among teens. But concerns have mounted in recent weeks, with ministers urged to ban predatory firms selling vapes in brightly coloured packaging and in kid-friendly flavours like bubblegum. While sales of e-cigarettes to under 18s are banned, latest data suggests 11.6% of 11 to 17-year-olds in the UK have already tried vaping. The proposals, which follow the footsteps of countries including France and New Zealand, could be unveiled as early as next week, reports suggest. And there we go. Look, you can see here a number of children who have ever used vapes. And you can see up north, it would appear to be the worst, with nearly 30% up here. It's not good, really. And what's more interesting, if you look at this diagram here, it says that girls are more prevalent to doing vaping than boys. That is very, very interesting, actually. There is a wide consensus emerging on the need to act, but ministers are understood to have stopped short of a ban on all vaping without a prescription, with e-cigarettes still seen as a good alternative to help smokers quit. Earlier today, Science and Technology Secretary Michelle Donnellan also did not deny the report. She told Sky News, we've been looking into this and have been doing a review because this is a very worrying trend that they're seeing of young children taking up vaping that have never smoked before. It's extremely dangerous to their health and their well-being. And then it goes on here that worrying spike in vaping among young women, with 1 in 8 now having picked up the habit, official data suggests. It's funny because when I was away at the weekend, I was saying you never see hardly anyone now smoking. It's really, really rare, extremely rare to see anyone smoking. I did read this other bit in there that I wanted to share with you, where the data labelled worrying by experts found a 3.5-fold increase to 16 to 24-year-old females taking up the habit. Around 4.5 million Brits were also found to have vaped daily or occasionally, a rise of some 500,000 in just 12 months. In 2022, 15.5% of 16 to 24-year-olds vape daily or occasionally, up from 11.1% in 21. There have been total deaths recorded, 5, but they said that they could also have been linked to other things. What I found interesting, and there's diagrams here, and again, show the stories in the show notes. There was a bit about how the NHS are supporting it to get people off smoking. Where is it now? Where is it? If I can find it. And here's some notes for you. There are many different brands of e-cigarettes containing various different nicotine levels. The legal amount of nicotine in e-liquid capacity in the UK is 20 milligrams, equating to between 600 and 800 puffs. The Elf Bar 600, one of Britain's most popular vapes, is advertised as coming in nicotine strengths of either 0, 10 or 20 milligrams. So how many cigarettes are in an e-cigarette? The Elf Bar 600 contains the equivalent to 48 cigarettes. It delivers 600 puffs before it needs to be thrown away, meaning in theory, every 12.5 puffs equate to 1 cigarette. Experts say that for many e-cigarettes, 100 puffs equate to 10 normal cigarettes. which is rather worrying. I mean, 48 cigarettes from one thing. That's quite a lot. I mean, I can remember when my dad used to smoke. He would smoke sometimes between 40 and 60 a day. Nearly 350 hospitalizations due to vaping were logged in England in 22, which are thought to be mainly down to respiratory problems such as shortness of breath, chest pain, lung inflammation, and severe cases of respiratory failure. There was a bit I wanted to share with you about what the NHS is spending. Oh, here we go. Under an anti-smoking push, Health Minister Neil O'Brien revealed in May that a 3 million task force would be established to enforce the current rules of selling of vapes. But 1 million cigarette addicts would also, right, this is absolutely ridiculous, will also get e-cigarette starter kits as part of a swap to stop scheme. The free kits are set to be offered to almost 1 in 5 of all smokers in England at an estimated cost of 45 million over 2 years. Health chiefs hope the world first policy will make England smoke free. What a fucking oxymoron, if you ask me. An absolute oxymoron. What do you think? I just think that that's just crazy. All that money. I mean, the NHS is overrun anyway. You need to be looking after your own health, as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I do this show, to try and encourage people to look after their own health. Let's have a look. What is being said here? Jimmy says Spanish is enlisted in the Russian army and is not allowed to connect to Interzone till end of the war, Rob. Yeah, you're probably right, Jim. Miss Blue Sky, something about Sean. Yes, I agree, Sean. The story looks weird as fuck, but more importantly, kept everyone distracted. Yep. Dang, I guess he's a Russian chicken now, Jimmy. Sean says no nurse is safe, and BB says Nurse Campbell is pretty safe. Oh, don't we all love Nurse Campbell? Isn't he great? Sean says they're gonna take a hit for all the shit that went down. If anyone does, smoking is good for me. Mason, John Campbell milking the monetization. Yes, Sean. I don't think anyone on low wages is safe. Too easy to throw away in their evil eyes. Yeah, Campbell is making a fortune from his 2 million plus subs. No incentive to be honest there. I blame his subs who hang on to his every word. But how real are they, Jim? How real is 2 million subs? They can manipulate what they want, can't they, really? Let's be honest. Sean says, I thought maybe his flipping around might help Normie's type, but he is still selling Rockefeller medicines because that's all he knows. Absolutely right, Sean. Smoke free is fascist as fuck. It's not about the smoke, but having arbitrary rules accepted bit by bit. Yeah, well, and Sean ends it with euthanasia at 50 will come later. Yeah, I mean they're already doing that in Canada, aren't they? Inviting anyone who wants to euthanize themselves to just do that. So, I think I'll do one more story, and then we're just going to do the quiz. We're going to end it with a quiz. So here's oh yeah, I want to share this one with you. This is quite nice because I can sort of pushing towards this age. I can sort of understand. Join a book club or take up gardening to stave off depression in later life, scientists say. Join the book club or taking up gardening could help you boost your well-being in later life. Having a hobby really has been found to make people over 65, that's not me, by the way, feel healthier, happier, and more satisfied with life, whilst being linked to fewer signs of depression. Researchers say a hobby may provide joy, and a purpose in life, whilst getting better at a skill could make some older people feel more empowered in their lives generally. A hobby can include almost anything done for fun, either with other people or alone, from reading and completing crosswords to doing charity work, mate, or joining a social club. The results come from looking at 93,000 people aged over 65 involved in national surveys in 13 European countries in the US, China, and Japan. These include more than 4,000 people in England asked over several years if they currently had a hobby or pastime, then quizzed about their well-being for the English longitudinal study of aging. Some 78% of people did have a hobby, and they were more likely to report feeling happy the previous day, had a higher level of life satisfaction, and were more likely to feel they were good in or excellent health. In fact, people with a hobby reported better health than those without a hobby, even taking into account their actual illnesses, showing people with hobbies felt generally fitter even when they were not well. People with a hobby showed fewer signs of depression in a short questionnaire, including questions about feelings of loneliness, sadness, and hopelessness. The English survey did not ask people what their hobbies were, but the full study asked people across the continents if they did hobbies as wide-ranging as reading, playing chess, doing word and number puzzles, gardening, or joining sports or social clubs and doing charity work. The people who reported these hobbies internationally also tended to have better health, happiness, and life satisfaction. And it goes on. Again, story in the show notes if you want to read it. Meanwhile, smoking more than doubles your risk of being hospitalized with depression, according to a separate study. Researchers looked at 337,000 British people who signed up to the UK Biobank study. That sounds a bit dodgy. The UK Biobank study. Among men who currently smoked, 8.5% were hospitalized with depression, compared with only 3.5% of men who never smoked. No, you smokers. No, I'm only joking. The author, if you want to smoke, you smoke. I can't. I'm never going to be one of these ex-smokers that preach to people. No fucking way, because I used to enjoy it, but I've moved on from those days. So there you go. And yeah, it just goes on and on and on. It ends with some of these lifestyle factors are things we have a degree of control over. So trying to find ways to improve them, making sure we have a good night's sleep, and getting out to see friends, for example, could make a real difference to people's lives. So there you go, at 10 to 10. And again, thank you for joining me on Health Freedom tonight. I know there's not many here tonight, but again, those who've hung around, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. There's your stories. All the notes are in the show notes down below. Let's do a quick quiz, shall we? Yes, I think so. Let's do a quick quiz for those who'd like it. Let's look at my bookmarks here and find the quiz down here. Where are we? The ultimate online trivia quiz. There we go. Okay. Yep. Okay. So let's share this with you, and let's we'll also put the invite link up. Actually, let's just copy that, ready for anyone who wants to come in the after chat. I don't think it's going to be a busy one tonight because there's not many people in the house tonight. So yeah, let's present the quiz then. Any requests for what subject we want to do tonight? Okay, come on. Who wants to request? So you've got. Let's have a look then. General knowledge, dictionary, entertainment, history, food and drink, geography, science and nature. Come on, what would you like? Let me know your. Yes, Miss Blue Sky, it's quiz time. Exactly. So what would you like? What would you like? We've got the general knowledge, dictionary, entertainment, history, food and drink, geography, science, and nature. Any requests? Any final requests? I'd say that's a no. No one's answering me unless it's so far behind that I can't I can't see. Okay, I'm going to choose. No one's choosing, so let me choose then. Okay. I'm going to go for entertainment. Which Friends actress played Jerry's wife on Seinfeld? Was it Jennifer Aniston, Terry Garr, Lisa Kudrow, or Courtney Cox? I don't know this one, but I think I've got a good guess. Was it Jennifer Aniston, Terry Garr, Lisa Kudrow, or Courtney Cox? Come on, let me have you on. Oh, now I've got people asking different things now. Science and nature, history. Oh, look, I'll do one of those others maybe as well. So we're saying B. Mascara is saying A. It's Jennifer Aniston. James is saying it's B. Terry Garr. I've never heard of Terry Garr. New being. What timing? I come in just in time moment for the quiz. Hi everyone. We wonder where you were, New Being. New Being's finally showed up. She's a late comer. Jimmy goes C. I won't say what he said there. Is it called? That's my guess is D. Oh, look at that. I got it right. Who became Mrs. Antonia Banderas in 1996, divorcing in 2014? Was it Selma Bouvier, Melanie Griffith, Penelope Cruz, or Jennifer Lopez? Come on. James is out of luck. Come on. Is it A, B, C, or D? I don't bloody know, if I'm honest with you. BB saying B. Melanie Griffiths. Okay. Miss Blue Sky. Richard T is saying A. Miss Blue Sky saying B. Mascara saying A. Oh, we've got a mixed going on here. James is saying C. Penelope Cruz. Let's have a look then. So we've got a bit of a mixture going on here. Is it Selma? So no. Is it Jennifer Lopez? No. Is it Melanie Griffith? Yes. Which British supermodel released the single Love and Tears in 1994? Was it A, Twiggy, B, Naomi Campbell, C, Kate Moss, or D, Jodie Kidd? I don't remember that song. I really don't remember that song. Let's get rid of, by the way, let's get rid of that comment, hide current comment. There we go. Yeah. So Mascara is saying it's A. BB said Mel gave the best head in Hollywood, apparently. Jimmy has no idea. Right. Miss Blue Sky. Mascara is saying A. Miss Blue Sky is saying D. Come on. Sean is saying, oh, it's a trans quiz. James is saying D. Okay, let's go. Let's find out. I don't think it's Twiggy. And I don't think Naomi Campbell ever... Oh, it fucking was as well. Who was Alice's boyfriend in the TV series The Brady Bunch? Was it Bob Brown, Jim Smith, Ken Jones, or Sam Franklin? Who was Alice's boyfriend in the TV series The Brady Bunch? Was it Bob Brown, Jim Smith, Ken Jones? I haven't a Scooby-Doo on this one. I haven't a clue. I really haven't. Miss Blue Sky. I heard it was John Travolta, actually. BB. BB saying it's D. Sam Franklin. Sean saying all born male. This category sucks. You're right, Rich T. We'll get through it. Don't worry. We'll go to the next one. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, it is a bit crap, isn't it? Rich T saying C. James Owen. I don't know what he's saying there. Yeah, this category is a bit crap, isn't it? Kitty says C. Is it A? No. Is it C, which a few people have said? No. Is it Jim Smith? No. It's Sam Franklin. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna. Yeah. No, we'll keep going. We're going to keep going, and we'll do one more after this. Okay. Which TV program did Paul Hogan first appear on? Was it Four Corners, The Day Tonight, New Faces, or The Paul Hogan Show? Four Corners, This Day Tonight, New Faces, or The Paul Hogan Show? Oh, I haven't a clue. Mascara saying it's A. BB saying it's C, New Faces. Kitty saying it's D, The Paul Hogan Show. C, New Faces. D, The Paul Hogan Show. I thought it was The Paul Hogan Show. No, it's not. So is it New Faces? It is. Well done, BB. Which song is Christina Aguilera singing You Gotta Rub Me the Right Way? Which song has Christina Aguilera singing You Gotta Rub Me the Right Way? Oh, God, this is easy. Is it A, Genie in a Bottle? Is it B, Come On Over, Baby? Is it C, What a Girl Wants? Or is it D, Lady Marmalade? Come on, this is too easy. Yeah. We got a few A's coming. We got a few A's. Yeah, I think we all know it's A, don't we? I'm a genie in a bottle. Okay, question 7. What type of animal is the sinister Mr. Todd from Beatrix Potter children's book? Is he the badger, owl, mole, or fox? What type of animal is the sinister Mr. Todd? Come on. Okay. We've got badger, badger, badger. I think it's the badger. Miss Blue Sky saying it's the mole. Okay. Let's have a look then. Is it the fox? It's the fox. Which actor was born in Kentucky in 1961? His aunt is a famous singer called Rosemary. Was it George Clooney? Was it Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro? I think I know the answer to this one. Which actor was born in Kentucky in 1961? His aunt is a famous singer called Rosemary. I think I know the answer to this one. Sean is saying, big up Jason Holmes. He's up there. He's up there, Sean. BB saying it's A, George Clooney. Miss Blue Sky said, I said it was the fox. All right, calm down. It's A. Miss Kitty says it's A. Yeah, I think we all know it's A, don't we? It's George Clooney. Yeah. Question 9. Which George Orwell fictional character is the title of a TV series? Is it A, Captain Scarlet, B, Winston Smith, C, Ally McBeal, or D, Big Brother? Come on. I'm not even going to bother asking you like that. And the last one. Where is the Tate Modern Gallery home to the works of artists including Salvador Dali and Henri Matisse? Is it New York, Paris, Rome, or London? This could be New York, Paris, Rome, or London. I think I also know the answer to this one, but do you? Mascara saying it's A. Let's have a look. I think it's London myself, D. James is saying B. I think it's D. Rich T saying D. Any others? Yeah, I think it's D. Let's choose D then. Let's go. Yes. Okay, look, come on. Quickly. What other one do you want? We're going to do one more quick one, okay? One more quick quiz, right? So what subject do you want? Let's go back. Let's just do you want general knowledge, history, science and nature, geography, food and drink, or dictionary? Come on. Answers on the postcard, please. Mascara says, I got 3 right just by saying A for everything. Mascara says general knowledge. What else? Come on. Any others? Rich T is saying history. Miss Blue Sky is saying general. New Bean saying food and drink. Oh, come on. General. Oh, so we've got general. We've got 3 generals. Okay, general it is then. Right, okay. 3 generals. Let's do it. General knowledge. Which of these countries has a population of just over 5 million? France, Finland, Falklands, or Fiji? Which of these countries has a population of just over 5 million? France, Finland, Falklands, or Fiji? Come on. Let's have a look. Beeb saying it's B. It's Finland. James Owen saying B. I would go with Finland myself. Mascara saying B. Not a Scooby-Doo, says Miss Blue Sky. You could have had a guess, though. Okay. It is Finland. There are 69 official cities in the UK. Which of the following is one of them? Ottery St Mary, Oswald Thistle, Oxford, or Ockhold? Oh, Mascara's going to know the answer to this. A, B, C, or D? My guess is C, personally. Mahatma Malevolent saying, so James saying C, Oxford. Jimmy saying C, Nubian saying C, Mascara saying C. See, you see, you all knew. There we go. Which of the 3 flavors Neapolitan ice cream? Is it vanilla, caramel, and raspberry? Vanilla, raspberry, and chocolate. Vanilla, strawberry, and caramel. Strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. Oh, hang on. Neapolitan. I think it's the last one, isn't it? I think it's the last one. I think it's D. Let's have a look. What are people saying? BB saying D. Yeah, that's what I thought. Beeb. Kitty saying D. Rich T saying D. James is saying D. Okay, I think we're all agreeing, aren't we, that it could be D. And it is. Well done, everyone. Which is the most flexible joint in the human body? Is it the knee, the hip, the elbow, or the shoulder? Which is the most flexible joint in the human body? Is it the knee, the hip, the elbow, or the shoulder? I think it's the knee. What do you think? I think it's A. Miss Blue Sky thinks it's a raspberry ripple. Oh no, it's a previous question. Sorry about that. D. Jimmy saying D. The shoulder. BB saying D. The shoulder. Newbie saying the hip. Miss Blue Sky saying C. The elbow. I'm going with A. I mean, I don't know this, but I'm just going to go with A. James is saying D. The shoulder. Oh, maybe it is the shoulder. Rich T saying A. We were wrong, Rich T. Okay, everyone was going. A lot of people saying the shoulder, and it is. Well done. Dancer Isadora Duncan died after which freak accident? She caught pneumonia after a train derailment. Her scarf became entangled in the wheel of a car. She was struck by lightning, or her costume caught on fire. Dancer Isadora Duncan died after a freak accident. She caught pneumonia after a train derailment. Her scarf became entangled in the wheel of a car. She was struck by lightning, or her costume caught on fire. I'm going to go for D myself. What say you? Mascara says D. Nubian says rest in peace. Kitty says A. James says C. Yeah. Jimmy's saying D. I'm going to go for D. I'm going D, man. Any other guesses? Come on. Okay, let's have a look. Mascara saying, so Rich T saying C, Mascara saying B. All right, let's have a look then. Is it A? No. Is it D? No, her costume did. So was it her scarf became entangled, or was it she was struck by lightning? Can't be. Her scarf became entangled in the wheel of a car. Poor woman. Which country gained independence from the Soviet Union in 91? Was it Togo, Tonga, Tunisia, or Pakistan? I'm going to go for D. BB. Says BB. Come on. Who gained independence from the Soviet Union? I think it was D. James saying D, Jimmy saying D, BB saying D, Mascara saying D, Nubian saying D, Kitty saying D. Pakistan. It was indeed. Question 7. Classic 1930 Marlene Dietrich film, The Blue What? Lamp, Nile, Angel, or Lagoon? Classic 1930 Marlene Dietrich film, The Blue What? Yeah, it was nearly Ukraine, Jimmy. Kitty saying Lagoon. Yeah, it's got to be Lagoon, isn't it? Oh, BB saying it's C. Angel. Oh, no, it's C now. BB saying C. Oh, he was saying C, yeah. Miss Blue Sky saying D. Okay, I'm going to go Lagoon. Oh, it wasn't. It was Angel. BB got it right. And a few others did as well. Which word could be an Aussie rubbish collector or actress? Which word could be an Aussie rubbish collector or actress? Greta. I don't even understand the question. Garbo, Hansel, Hoarder, or Garson. Which word could be an Aussie rubbish collector or actress? Greta. Well, I know hoarder is someone who hoards stuff, isn't it? It's a collector. So I'm going to say it's got to be C, really. Is it Garbo? Bebo says it's A. James saying A. Kirsten James. Hello, Kirsten Jane. Nice of you to be here. Latecomer, but welcome. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We do this every Tuesday. Welcome aboard. Mahatma Levelant saying C. Kitty saying C. Bebo says bullshit. I'm just fast, Jimmy. Right, let's have a guess then. Is it Garbo? It is. There you go. And question 9 of 10. What does the word donna mean in Turkish? Does it mean jumping, fattening, dribbling, or rotating? I think I know the answer to this one. What does donna mean? Oh, bless you, Kirsten Jane. Thank you. Very nice of you. Look at that. See, she's just subscribed. We do all health news here, Kirsten, and some video memes. Oh, I've got some summer memes just to share with you as well, just before I go. D says Kirsten. Kitty says D. Nubian says D. James says D. Mascara says D. I think we all know, don't we? It's rotating. Yeah, of course it is. Last one. The equator traverses the land and or territorial waters of how many countries? The equator traverses the land and or territorial waters of how many countries? Oh, this is a good guessing game, isn't it? 24, 14, 34, or 4. A, B, C, or D. Which is it? Oh, I haven't a Scooby-Doo. The equator, I'm going to say it could be 14. James Owen saying D, 4. Actually, there isn't 14 waters, is there? Am I thick? Am I being thick? Not a clue, Kirsten. Kitty saying A. Beeb saying BB saying B. Oh, 14. Jimmy saying 4. Last chance saloon. Here we go. 4. Okay. Mahatma Levelant saying 566 million. And Nubian is welcoming Kirsten Jane. Thank you, Nubian. That's very nice of you. Okay. Is it 14? It is 14. I guessed right. Hey. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the quiz. So we're back to the stream here. I'm just going to do my summer memes. Thanks again for everyone for joining me. A little bit over time tonight. Let's just present some summer memes for you. Oh, now hang on. Let me do it this way. Present. Is it a video file? Maybe that way. Summer memes, yeah. Open summer memes. Okay, no, let's try it another way. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. Share entire screen. Click on that. Okay, right. I'm going to go down to here. Here we go. So we'll start with the front of my show, of course, which was this one. We have on the front here, of course, at the starting from the very back here, we have George Soros and his son. Then we have old King Charlie Boy here. We have what's his name? Canadian guy, Trudeau or True Cunt. Excuse my language. We have Mr. Obama with Mr. Biden, who's really in charge, and Biden's son here. We have How Dare You? And we have Ukraine President Zelensky being held up there in a jumper. And, of course, the monkeypox Fauci as well. Just stop that. If we divide 125 genders by 3 bathrooms, how much climate change do we have? Once you ruin your reputation, you can live with total freedom. Absolutely. One does not simply accidentally call their wife Michael. A nice reference to Obama there. Come on, Corona, stay with us. Stay with us. Corona. The masks speak. I live in fear. I believe CNN. I will switch on you. I believe in Agenda 21. I want safety, not freedom. I want medical tyranny. I want Bill Gates. What's this one says? My parents, I can't even read it. I do what I'm told. I want mandatory vaccines. I enjoy virtue signaling. The new normal. And there you go. Gardening tips for people who follow the science. Here's a tip for you. Don't follow the science, folks. And here's an interesting one. Look, without trees, 43 degrees, 36, 50 degrees. With trees, 18 degrees, 20 degrees, 26 degrees. Those trees don't half help, don't they? These number plate stickers are great, and they're popping up on vehicles all over London. If you belong in this bathroom and you follow my daughter or my wife into this bathroom, you're going to need this bathroom. I'm an asbestos gas stove, lead paint, lawn darts, no seat belts, no bike helmet, climate change, global cooling, global warming, global boiling, bed of truck riding, secondhand smoke, garden hose, drinking survivor. Yes, baby. Yeah, baby. You can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't make it think. Or the one I like is you can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. Never discredit your gut instinct. You're not being paranoid. Your body can pick up on bad vibrations. If something deep inside you says something is not right about a person or situation, trust your gut instinct. Remember, your gut is your second brain. Today's weather has scattered computer models with widespread propaganda, a high risk of carbon taxes, and long spells of hot air. Expect more outbreaks of emotional blackmail with thick clouds of globalist disinformation tomorrow. How dare you? And just a reminder for everyone, thank you, baby, for this lovely meme. On Saturday, you got Raconteurs news at the usual time of 10 o'clock, so you may need these matches to keep your eyes open. And on that one, so don't forget, Jimmy on Saturday night. Tomorrow, you got Cookie and Pete doing their show. On Thursday, you've got Steve Tagoose. He's been banned, unfortunately, so you're going to have to find him on Odyssey. And on Friday, you've also got the new one, which is Reality Chat. So all the links to all those shows are in the show notes. If you fancy an after chat, here's the invite. Okay, we're doing a private after chat for up to 10 people, including myself. So me plus 9 others. I'm putting it in here. You don't have to talk. You can just type away if you want. Miss Blue Sky always just types away in the chat, and she likes to listen. So let's paste this in the notes here. So yeah, come and join me if you want. I'll be on for about half an hour, maybe an hour, depending on how the chat goes and how many people jump in, etc. Let me remove this. Remove from studio, that one. Yeah. So thanks again for joining me. Give it a thumbs up if you like the show, and a sub if you're not a sub. And I shall be back again next Tuesday with more health news, interactive chat. And again, thanks everyone for watching and being part of the show. I really appreciate it. And remember, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. God bless you all, and I shall see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.